Hello, Mario! In this video I'm going to be looking at windows and putting the windows in. But before we do that, let's just have a little bit of a look around here, and I'll just bring this plan up to full size, and you can see here that we've got our little plan developing quite nicely in our plan form. Just at the moment, everything, all of the line work there has been in a layer called wall lines, and it's all been drawn at that default line width of 0.05 millimeters, and the line type has been a continuous line. But let's not lose sight of the fact that over here is model space, and there's typically the same thing in model space, and some people prefer to draw there. It's up to you really. And in model space, everything is usually drawn at 1:1, so we can just click on there and get an idea of how long things are and what have you. So yeah, just a little bit of a recap there, just for your effort. So we'll drop that down to there, and we're just going to have a look here. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to start looking at the windows. So I just want to get this up maybe to 200 scale. And the first window I'm going to look at in here is this window here, and it's 1200 by 1400. And the way that I'm looking at that, you've got to wonder what's going on here. Which one? One is obviously the width and one is obviously the height. So I had a bit of a look around the plan, and you can see here that this laundry window here, that it's 800 would probably be the height and 600 would be the width. And this one here again in the bathroom, the 800. So you've got these ones here. I could maybe, while we're just doing this, I could maybe just indicate so that so that there's going to be the height of the window, and then this here is going to be the width. There. That would be the width. Okay, and we just might want to have a bit of a look around and see if that makes any sense. So that one there would be a 1000 a metre high and 1400 wide. So you can see that's a 1400 by 1400. This one here is a 2000. So that's a door, and that sort of indicates that that's sort of right. So the first one is always the height. We can have a look at the next page, although I don't know that gives us any. This is a page with the sections on it, but you can see here that these are the same. There's your metre, there's your 1400, there's your 2 metres, and your 1400. So yeah, it looks like we're pretty right there. Just go page up again, and Control 0 gets it all on site. So I think we're all good with the windows, and I'm just going to zoom in a bit more now and have a look at another little aspect to the windows. And what I've done for the windows in here is these little, the width I've gone from there to there, which as I said is 1200, and I've generally tended to put them in the middle of the walls. That seems to be where they go. And these little bits of framing around the sides, or whatever you want to call them, I've tagged them at 50 mils. You'll also see that I've gone through and just in the between videos, I've also gone through and done a few other little ones, so that the cavity between the bricks here is 40 millimeters, and the bricks themselves I actually just looked up. They're called a 70 series brick. So I looked them up on the internet, and they're coming in at 76 mils by wide in the plan view, and 90 mils high, and I think they're about 230 mils long, just from memory, but that's available on the internet, so we've put that in there. And the other little thing that I've noticed is these returns on the door just in here, and I just moved that one accidentally. There, I've got them coming in at 70 mils. I'm going to put that one back up in there. 70 mils. So there are file save. So there, yeah, 70 mils. So that's just a bit of information I've put on the plan. Hopefully that'll save us a bit of time later on. So let's just come back here. And so now I think I'll go back to my preferred option. And I'm going to look at this bedroom here. Bedroom, whatever it is. I can't quite think of the number. The number escapes me at this point. So I'll just click on comment, which gets rid of that there. Control Z. Now, it's got so many things on these plans, they're starting to move around. So this is a 1200 by 1400 window. The 1400 is the height, the 1200 is the width. So what I'm going to do is put this window in the middle of the wall. So what I do for that is just go line, and I just make sure that I've got my settings. I can check, just check my object snap settings, and I've got midpoint on, so it should go to the midpoint of this line. So just going to zoom in here and make sure we're all good to go. L for line, and I'm just going to go to there. There's the midpoint, and through there, and that there is the midpoint of that wall, fairly simply. We could just do a quick check on there just to see that it's yeah, it's 0 and it's 90 long. So, and we're going for a 1200 window, so I'm going to go offset, and I'm going to go 600 either side of that, which will put that in the middle of the wall. So 600. Things are not going well for me here. 600. So I'm going to go there, there, and there, and there. And there's my window opening, like that there. And I'm going to take that out of there, like so. And then I'm going to do my little thing there. So I'm going to go, recent input is offset, and I'm going to go 50 mils. And I'm going to just zoom right into these, and I'm going to select that one and that one, that one and that one. And then what I'm going to do is just draw a line for the window, line from the midpoint of there to the midpoint of there, and that should be 1300. Just by way of a check, 50 mils either side, 1200. So that's my window there, and that's my window put in there. And then I can move around to this next one here, and that doesn't seem to be in the middle of the wall, but yeah, hard to know where it is, but it does look like it's sort of in the middle of the room, which would possibly make sense. So I'm going to just, what I'm going to do is just, well, I could do something a bit tricky. I could just go line like this here and go to the middle of this wall here, and then come across to there and come right across like that, and then do trim, the double tap the trim, take that one out, and don't think, oh, we'll take that one out, yes. So that gets me into the middle of the room, which is probably a good place for the window. And then I'm going to just right click here, recent input, so repeat trim, no, it doesn't want to do that. Let's go recent input is offset, and again this is a 1200 window, so let's just go 600. Select the object, which is that one there, that line, and bang, and select the object again, that one there, and there's take that out of there, delete. I'm just getting a little bit, I think I've got my little square thing there a little too big, and it's starting to annoy me, so I'm just going to change that. So I can just go up to here and go to options, and a little box will come up, and I'm going to go to, I think I know which one it is, pick box size. Oh, here it is here. It came right up where I wanted selection. So I just want to make my pick box a little smaller. I'm just getting a little, I think that's a little bit too big. So, okay, apply. And okay. And now when we go back, my little pick box should be a little bit smaller, but perhaps it's not. Oh, it just depends. Okay, so now we're going to do recent input is offset, and I want to do a 50mm offset, and so I'm just going to go boom and boom like that. Yep, and then I'm going to recent input and exit. I'm going to draw a line like that, and there's my window in there, and at some point in time I can put some text on it. So yeah, pretty much that's it with Windows. I can just do a little quick thing there here. Let's just have a look and see if we've got any problem windows. These ones here, the middle of the room, that's a ooh, what's going on there? Oh, that's a 600 by 14, so that's yeah, what's the first width? Oh, that's the height. So oh, I've got these ones wrong. The width is actually, oh, these ones here should be 1400. So I've got those ones wrong. So I need to go back and fix those. So that's 1400. 1400 is the width. And that they were 1400, 14. They're all 1400s, and I've done them at 12. Oh dear. So what we need to do is just to go back. So, you know, mistakes happen and we've got to fix them. So let's see how we can fix this mistake. So the width is actually 1400. So unfortunately I didn't go too far there. So let's just draw a line in here. Alright, so these should be 1400, and let's just delete that out of there, let's just delete that out of there, and let's just delete this out of here. So they needed to be another 100 wider, so I'm going to just go offset enter 50 enter, and I'm just going to do 2 of those, and I'm going to do 2 of those. Okay, and then I'm just going to take these ones out here, delete, delete, and then I'm going to draw my line. And if I've done this right, this here should be 1300, which it is, plus 50, that's my 14. So that's sorted out that problem pretty quick smart. It wasn't so not too bad. And I'll just do the same here. So let's just delete that and let's do a multiple selection. Change the pick add. Yeah. That line there. Let's do delete. Delete. And then yep. Recent input offset. And we'll do O for offset 50, enter. So we'll just do 1, 2, and 1, 2, and we'll delete that one there, delete that one there, and then draw a line in here. And so that should be 1300. Yep, so there's 1400 width, 1400 width. And so even when I wrote it on, I still managed to get it wrong. Okay, and then this one here is a 1200 by 2.1 in the master bedroom. So, so that shouldn't be too difficult to sort out. There's a 1400 there, and again that's in the middle. That's a 1200 by 2.1. Again, that's in the middle of the wall. Yeah, this door in here, you can see that it's, I don't quite, not quite sure about the positioning of that. Okay, oh, it seems to be, we could just guess a distance, put a particular distance in here. Sort of that distance there, isn't it? So it's not necessarily in the middle, but it's probably lining up there. So yeah, you could sort of use your discretion on that one. This one here is probably a 1400. It's probably pretty much in the middle of this area here. That's in the middle of there. This one here, possibly just past the stove there, so might be slightly different positioning, but I'd probably put that one in the middle. And we've got the door here, and a little window here. So yeah, it's not too bad. Like once you get the door in there with your 70mm returns in there, that'll get the door, that'll determine the window, and your 600 goes in the middle of that, and so on. So that should be all we need on the windows. When we come back, we'll have some more about windows. That'll all be done, and we'll start to look at doors. So cheers.